What's up, y'all? It's your guy, eBay Fight Predictions in the building. And I'm back. Long time no see, guys. This is your UFC 305 recap. I know I have been gone, but yeah, I have been working on school stuff. Right now, I'm a little free. I know I made a video saying this is the return. I'm back. But honestly, I do not know if I can go back to normal production like I was like in 2022, 2021, where I was producing videos nonstop, 5 breakdowns a week for big, massive pay-per-view cards. I don't know if I can give you that. I don't know if I'm back to giving full card predictions or betting breakdowns like I was doing this prior year. I do not know if I'm back to that. But one thing I can promise is the return of Fight Talk is back. And I can promise you one thing, that Israel Adesanya Pack Watch is coming back for sure. UFC 305, I was a little free today. Usually I either have work or I'm at school. And I'm really working hard to try to be a medical assistant currently. And I'm trying to be a nurse, in the medical field. And, that's where the bag's at right now. Currently I live alone now. My mom just recently moved out to Sacramento. She kind of gave me the apartment. And I got bills to pay, y'all. Just to keep it a buck. I don't feel like I ever gave you guys a proper goodbye video. It was just kind of like rushed, and I just didn't know how to make that video and tell you guys what was going on, but it was just something I had to do. But now I get to communicate that with you guys. I get to talk to you guys. It's been such a long fucking time. And yeah, man, I'm growing out the facial hair. You guys see, I'm not baby face like I was for a little bit. It's a lot of things are changing, but in my life personally, and I have a lot of ventures, and to give you guys the content I was giving, and I promise you guys I will get into UFC 305. Just give me some time. I gotta connect with my fam right here. You know what I'm saying? For the new viewers, but if you're returning, you know what's up. Your boy eBay likes to ramble on and on and on. But like I was saying, I don't think I can give you guys the same production like I did prior, but I do feel like there is a return that's needed, because UFC 305, it woke a fucking spark in me. It brought some old eBay back in me, some menacing eBay. Let's not forget, we started this channel hating on Adesanya, and if this and this Pack Watch are my probably last 2 videos on this YouTube channel, we're ending it on hating on Adesanya. Fucking goddamn it, because he lost the Battle of Africa. But before that, let's get into this. I do want to bring back Fight Talk. I'm going to talk to Ed. I'm going to hit him up. And I want that to be a regular thing I do. I do want to go live, do that. But can I give you guys the film study breakdowns? I don't think so. The breakdowns, the full card breakdowns, I don't think so. What I can promise is a Fight Talk. I can. On a Friday, when I talk to my guy Ed, talk about some fights. Maybe we can do it weekly. We could do it more on a podcast format. We could do something like that. But to go back to what I was doing prior, it's hard. You have a job, school, stuff like that's very tough. But I felt like I owed you guys an explanation. And if this recap video and my Pack Watch video that I will be doing for Izzy part 3, and there will be 2 additions to that Pack Watch video. It's not just going to be Izzy that's getting cooked, man. It's been almost 2 months without me on this YouTube channel talking about Mr. Fake Samurai. You thought you got away with one, son? You thought you got away with one, huh? Yeah, you're added to Pack Watch 2, son. Yeah, I'm cooking yo Yuri fake wannabe samurai having ass. I don't care if it was goddamn 3 months ago he got smoked, or 1 month. I don't give a fuck when it was. But we're talking about that Yuri Prochazka Alex Pierre 2 knockout that was beautiful. And then the third guy, I'm going to keep it mysterious. I mean, it rhymes with phony. I don't know if you guys can think of anything. And the guy that beat him, I mean, his nickname is the Maverick. So if you can put 2 and 2 together, then you're a smart guy. But yeah, but besides the Pack Watch, besides all of that, let's talk about UFC 305, man. This was a good card. I enjoyed this card. I was free. I had some drinks, and I'm not gonna cut that out. I just heard a car accident outside my apartment. I do live in the Bay. I will not look at it because it's none of my business. I don't know what's going on. Motherfuckers can't drive. But back to UFC 305. It was a good card. I mean, we started off with a finish. I know they're fucking going crazy outside. We started off with a finish of Jesus Aguilera over Stuart Nicoli. Good submission victory for him. Jesus Aguilera's been doing his thing lately. I mean, he's on a good little win streak right now. And yeah. Song Kanan had a really good performance against Ricky Glenn. Ricky Glenn tried the welterweight move up. Didn't really go his way. He looked good in the beginning, and then Ken Sanong, I mean, he started to hurl punches at him, and Ricky Glenn is just slow, man. He had that thudding kind of clinch, kind of like dirty boxing power that he would catch guys in those areas. Like, he has some knockouts, right? Like, he has one over Gavin Tucker. He has a win over that, I forgot that Brazilian's name. The one that had a good fight with Armas Rucker that caught him with the left. I forgot that guy's name, but he knocked him out, right? He's had some good performances at lightweight. I mean, draw against Grant Dawson, I mean, arguably submitted him, right? So he's obviously had good performances, but I guess my biggest critique of Ricky Glenn is he's slow, and besides the clinch work and anti-wrestling, he really doesn't have any real legit attributes that he can use to win fights at this point in his career. I don't know where he goes from here. I know he said, I don't think he said it, but John Anik was saying it as he was walking through. He has no intentions of being the top 15, no more top 10, or being a world champion. He wants to fight. But at a certain level, you got to win, right? So he has a lot of things you got to work on, speed, timing. I mean, he's obviously on the older side, so I don't know if he's going to fix that. But, I mean, just trying to clinch people to death ain't going to get you that, buddy. So I'm sorry. Tom Nolan, I mean, phenomenal performance against Alex Reyes. Completely showed levels here. Tom Nolan, he had that hiccup in his UFC debut after the Contender Series, but besides that, he has been on a run, and I think he's showing what he should have been in that UFC debut against Nicholas Mata. He should have won that fight, but hey, it is what it is. He got caught. But yeah, I've always been kind of high on Nolan. I think really good accuracy, good striker, tall kid, and he's good. He's good for the weight class, so at lightweight. So yeah, let's go out of the early prelims to the preliminary card, y'all. Casey O'Neill, obviously big win over Luana Santos. She needed that. I mean, she's back in the win column, but she was losing fights prior, and she needed this win big time. Okay, dummy of the week. Clown of the week. Low IQ of the week goes to Joshua Coolabout. I mean, how dumb can Joshua Coolabout be? How moronic can he be? I just don't know how to scale it. He should have won this fight, and the only one he can blame about losing this fight is himself. That was stupid. Coolabout. You had that in the bag. You could have finished him. You could have got him out of there. You could have fought smart. Couldn't have gotten taken down in the third round and had your back controlled for basically 2 minutes. But instead, you didn't do any of that. You got your back controlled for 2 minutes, and yeah, you lost a fight. Yeah, he got everything he deserved. Judges got it right, thankfully. And yeah, man, I don't feel bad for Coolabout. You reap what you sow, buddy. MMA IQ at its finest. Like I say, the smartest always win. You make smart decisions in there. You don't make stupid decisions in there. You play stupid games, right? What happens? You win stupid prizes. So, yeah, Coolabout, you earned that one. In the prelim main event, Junior Tafa versus Walter Walker. I mean, Tafa, remember, he was a big kind of like, big guy. A lot of like big time bettors on the MMA YouTube channel were kind of bigging up, and I thought he got I don't know, there's a little bit of an injustice here, a little bit of controversy, right? Walter Walker, I do not think he will have a lot of UFC success, but at this point, I mean, what can you say, right? He's here. He's related to Johnny Walker. Dude, Johnny Walker is training at an AK, one of my favorite gyms ever. That broke my fucking heart when I saw that. Nothing against Johnny Walker, Anthony Smith's father. We all know that, Ed. So don't get to the trash talking. But but Johnny Walker, you can get the fuck out of that great gym, motherfucker. Get out of that gym. All right, I don't need you ruining half of the chins in that gym. I don't need people flying and flopping around after being in contact with you. I'm just joking. I kid. Yeah, Walter Walker. Back to the unsuccessful, unathletic version of Johnny Walker. He won this fight, but I mean, Junior Tafa and a lot of other people are questioning, did Tafa verbally tap? I think he screamed, but he never said, "Oh, I tap," stuff like that. So it's a big little controversy. I don't want to say big. It's just a controversy that I see. But at the end of the day, it's the ref kind of chooses how this goes, and if the ref says it goes this way, kind of stuck with that. So you die on what the ref do, and you live on what the ref do. So. It is what it is. But let's get to this main card, man. I want to talk about this main card. This main card was juicy. I want to talk about probably a lot of people saying the main event was the best performance. A lot of people saying the co-main event was the best performance. A lot of people saying the Matsu Gamrot Dan Hooker fight was one of the better fights on this card. No, what Carlos Peratas did to Li Jilang, I'm gonna just say this, was the best striking performance on this card. Now, a lot of people might disagree. You got the cops are here, y'all. The cops are here. You got Kai Kara France doing what he did to Steve Erceg was amazing. Great KO, great setup. I'll talk about how great the setup was for the KO. But what Peratas did to Li Jilang, who is a credentialed striker, who has really good footwork, who is known for the counter strikes, who is known for his boxing, who is known for his knockout power. He went out there and made him look foolish. Obviously, the reach and the length played a big factor, but I think the Leech kind of fought this fight kind of stupid. He wasn't decisive with his movement. Either he was in or he was out, and he was playing that like kind of I'm in and out footwork where he's bouncy, where he basically became a punching bag in this fight at certain points. But Carlos Peratas' timing of his jab, his 1-2, his lead hook, his rear hook, he was timing every time Li Jilang either blitzed or ever tried to jump into range. And he did such a great job of just countering him constantly. He wasn't necessarily like he wasn't just countering him. He was in combinations. They talk about being either the first or the second. Carlos Peratas wasn't either. He was second and third and fourth. You know what I'm saying? He was chaining his punches together. Like he would counter you, right? Lee might throw something right after that. He would get out the way and then counter him again. So you know what I'm saying? He was really second and fourth in terms of punch exchanges from both guys. Like he was either countering him and then countering Leach's counter to his counter, if you know what I'm saying. And he just did a great job where he put on a clinical KO. It was so beautiful. The jab to rear hook, then to lead hook combo. It was beautiful. I don't know if it was a jab, then lead hook, rear hook combo. I have to watch it again. But he got him against the cage, backed him up, and just teed off on him with a beautiful combo. And that knockout, it was just beautiful. He just looked sensational in there. He looked like a seasoned striker, like honestly, and it was my favorite performance of the whole night. I loved it. Yeah, am I a bit of a Ponzinibbio fan? Yeah, I am. So, kind of feels good, 2020. Was it 2020? I think it was 2021. Actually, he knocked him out. 2021 wasn't cool with what Li Jilang did to Ponzinibbio, but hey, man, 3 years later we get it back in blood. But yeah, Tai Tuivasa. I mean, the downfall of Tai Tuivasa. Can we talk about that? Tai Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Jairzinho Rozenstruik obviously showed his kickboxing credentials here. Was the better kickboxer, and he just beat Tai. He managed distance better. whatever judge had that fucking fight, 30-27, needs their fucking brains checked out and then needs to throw it away. Because if you fucking thought that shit was 30-27, you need to be slapped, sir. It is what it is. It was a heavyweight fight that went to decision. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Biggie Boy. I mean, he's been doing his thing this year. I mean, 2-fight win streak, man. Good for him. He's kind of back on track. I don't know his ceiling. We all know he's not. I mean, he got kicked out of the top 5, basically. I don't think he goes on, makes a run. I really would like to see him go down to light heavyweight, see what he can do there. But, I mean, hey, if he wants to just keep beating these clown heavyweights, go ahead, bro. Want to be the gatekeeper of gatekeepers at heavyweight? Go ahead, man. Hey, be my guest. Let's talk about one of the better fights on the card. Matsu Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. I'm going to be honest. I had Gamrot here. I'm a big Dan Hooker fan. You guys know that. But I also love Matsu Gamrot, and I'm heartbroken that Gamrot couldn't match up with the evil Arman Tsarukyan. I kid, y'all. I kid. But I think Gamrot has the best chance of canceling out Arman Tsarukyan. And I don't think we're ever going to see that rematch. It sucks, man, for Gamrot, you know, because he's been here before. You know, Beneil Dariush did it to him, and now Dan Hooker did it to him. Less impressive. I thought Beneil's kind of win was more impressive. Gamrot had a closer fight. I actually thought Gamrot was doing really good on the feet at moments, but the pressure of Dan Hooker and then him scaring him off with doing takedowns kind of broke him down. And, you know, he kept pressuring him, broke him down. It was a close fight. It was a lot closer than the Beneil fight. I think Beneil was more clear on who won. But I thought Dan did a good job here. Dan, I mean, he's done a really good job of resurrecting his career. I do have some critical notes. I love Dan, but I'm going to have to work on that boxing, buddy. Gamrot had moments here. Obviously, Dan was the cleaner striker, but, you know, he does this thing where he turns into a zombie and he shells up. He tries to walk you down, and he becomes a punching bag, and it does break guys down. But not top 5 guys, you know? And I want Dan to be successful in this division. I don't want you to be known as a guy that's a fun fighter to watch. I want you to be known as something really good. He's going to have to work on his combination punching, his counters, his slips. He really has to work on his boxing. Like, it's kind of crazy that he's teammates with Volkanovski, you know what I'm saying, who has some pretty good, decent boxing himself, right? Obviously one of the best featherweights of all time, let's just be honest. But it's never really translated to Dan in the training room. And I don't know if Dan needs to just find new coaching or add new coaching, but he does. As much as I was happy for him to win and prove all these doubters wrong, you know, prove the people that were saying, oh, he's in a midlife crisis, these tattoos suck, 3-fight win streak back in the top 5, you can suck it, right? But he does have things to work on. The boxing, it's been an issue, right? It's been an issue for him. That's how he got blitzed by Arnold. Like, some of the things was kind of giving me memories back to that. And defensively, he needs work. But one thing you can't take away from Dan Hooker is his fucking pressure and his resiliency and his durability and his fucking chin. He breaks you down with his durability. He makes you break. He was breaking down Gamrot in this fight. And I think they scored it right. I think shit. But hey, it is what it is. The Dan Hooker title run starts now. That's all I care about. If we get there, we get there. If we don't, I'll cry. But hey, it is what it is. Good fight from Dan Hooker, though. All jokes aside, it's a good fight. And Matsu Gamrot, keep your head up, man. You'll be back. In the co-main event, I want to talk about this fight in particular. My God, Kai France, man. I like Steve Erceg. I actually picked Steve Erceg to beat Pantoja. And he was close. He was really close to doing it. I had Steve Erceg beating Kai. I'm not going to lie. I was really confident he would do that. Kai, I mean, again, he's done it before. I mean, he's had some shocking knockouts. He set this KO really special because it was a 1-2 switch kind of rear hook from the lead hand of his, I think, orthodox stance. He kind of switched to the southpaw, though. Then he turned into a rear hook. But besides that, what he did in this fight is what set up this KO before the knockdown. The jab to the body. That jab to the body set up that 1-2 to the top, and then obviously the switch for the rear hook, and he landed that so beautifully. Steve Erceg's obviously tall guy, and it was all up and low, up and low, up and low. Really, he was going low, low, low to go high, 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 and he went fucking high, high, high to knock that motherfucker out, right? And it was such a beautifully set up KO. Like, Kaikar France, he's had some really good knockouts, y'all. I can't lie. As much as that shit is fucking irritating. That shit is irritating. I look fucking crazy doing that. But if we just ignore all that fucking New Zealand tribal fucking ritual shit, which, I mean, if this isn't his culture or whatever, okay, it is what it is. But besides all of that, I mean, the guy went out here and he proved the point. He proved why he's top 5 and why Steve Erceg's not in the top 5. And I think Erceg bounces back. Obviously, 9-month concussion protocol is probably mandatory here. But, working on the defense, a few subtle adjustments, and obviously give him a tune-up fight. I think Erceg's back in the win column. I don't think he's going to go on some Dominic Reyes losing streak. I doubt it. It would be very fucking sad if that happened, but I doubt it. But yeah, good fight from Kaikar France, and I mean, good performance. I can't say the least. Now let's talk about the main event. Why I am back. Y'all, I started this channel hating on this skinny, tall, weird, long, lanky motherfucker, Israel Adesanya. I don't even like Dricus Duplessis. I remember making a reaction video calling him a colonizer, but he has won me over, y'all. He defeated the evil Robert Whittaker, that I don't like either. And he defeated the evil Israel Adesanya, who I don't like either. Like I was saying, that motherfucker Dricus is putting motherfuckers in their place, bro. You can say whatever you want about the Sean Strickland fight, but what he's done to Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker, like I said, has been insane. I don't want to get too in-depth in my hate for Adesanya, but you race baited. You started this beef when you said, I'll show you guys the fucking clip, I'm going to drag his carcass around South Africa. Pull the clip.
Pray to God he keeps winning. I will gladly drag his carcass across South Africa. Wallahi.
The only thing that got dragged that was a carcass was Israel Adesanya getting choked out in the 4th round by Dricus Duplessis. I'm going to laugh at Adesanya when I do my pack watch, but I'm going to wait for that moment, and I'm going to do it later. I just kind of want to analyze the fight in general. It was a good fight. I mean, Adesanya did come to fight. I think we saw the best version of Adesanya. I was like flip-floppy on who I really wanted to predict for this fight, but obviously I was rooting for the real African, Dricus Duplessis. Obviously we all knew Dricus had to wrestle here. Grappling edge was big. We all know Adesanya has shown a hole there, but it's never been truly exploited like it was in this fight. I've never seen anyone really submit Adesanya. We've seen Jan Blachowicz beat him with grappling, yeah, but we've never seen anyone submit him, and that was impressive from Dricus. It was a good fight. I mean 2-1. I mean, you could say not 2-1. I mean 2-1 Adesanya. You could say that. I think that's fair. It was a close fight. It was back and forth. The wrestling was good. Adesanya was working the body effectively, but Dricus's relentless wrestling was impressive here. It really was. It was impressive, and he made it a fight, and they both fought. And obviously, Izzy was highly motivated to go out here and beat this guy. But Dricus, he I've said it before, he has an amazing ability to be incredibly awkward. And you might say it's non-technical, but he makes it work for him. And I've doubted him. I said Darren Till would beat him. I eat crow that day. I said Derek Brunson would beat him. I ate crow that day, and I learned my motherfucking mistake. And I even said Sean Strickland would beat him, So I've doubted this fucking colonizer myself, but this motherfucking colonizer, he's doing his thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say one joke right here. Adesanya made one mistake. He thought this guy was colonizing. He was trying to colonize, right? But nah, this motherfucker was running the cotton fields, bro. He's whooping these niggas, man. I really want to save this for Pack Watch, but it's really incredibly hard. But yeah, that white boy sent his ass back to the cotton fields, okay? As a true African, like myself, you know, I'm from East Africa, Eritrea. I find it hard to root for both, you know? I think both of them are very weird in their own ways. I think Dricus has his own little issues, but hey, Adesanya, I'm gonna say this: you do not represent us. You do not represent the continent of Africa. You did not represent us well, and I'll say he hasn't represented Africa for the last probably 4 years with painting his hair pink and the fingernails and the toenails and this and that and bop. But the facts are the facts. Dricus Duplessis went out there and beat Adesanya's ass, man. He submitted him with the quickness in the 4th round. He broke him down. And all jokes aside, I know I'm having a lot of fun on Izzy's expense. It was a really good performance. It really was. I mean, I can't take nothing away from that. And it was a good fight. And I think is he done? I don't know. But, I mean, it's up to him on what he wants to do with his career. I'll talk more about Izzy's downfall, how he got there, this and that, more on Pack Watch. But everyone has their time. I think that's kind of like what I want to say in this video. Everyone has their time. Izzy had a reign from 2018 to really now. I think this is where it's finally concluded, you know. You could say the Sean Strickland was really what ended all of this nonsense, but it's concluded here, to be honest, you know. And he had his time. And, you know, contender Izzy was supposed to show up. All these kind of Izzy's were supposed to show up. Motivated Izzy was supposed to show up. Nothing showed up. A loss showed up, you know. And the man cried, y'all, in the press conference. He cried. Woo! He cried. He fucking cried, bro. Dricus got these motherfuckers crying, y'all. Okay, y'all. Let me stop. I'm gonna save this for Pack Watch. Izzy had his time, and it's over. It's that simple. I don't know where he goes from here. I don't know who he fights. He's kind of like in that Anderson role. Like, he met his Chris Weidman here, you know? And, you know, he met his Kryptonite and Sean Strickland. So it's kind of bad where two contenders, well, I shouldn't say two contenders, but two guys at middleweight are beating you and kind of just have your number. Obviously, the Dricus fight was a lot closer. It was a closer fight, I will say that, than the Strickland fight. But I just think Dricus is the new era of this division. Sean Strickland is the new era of this division. And we're leaving the Adesanya era in the dust, in the past. We're leaving it with the humping of Paulo Costa in the past. It's over. It's over. So, Adesanya, get ready to get packed up. And you guys, this is pretty much it for the recap. Oh, you know what? I didn't talk about Jack Jenkins, huh? I did not talk about Jack Jenkins. Before I end the recap, sorry for a little word stumble. Jack Jenkins looked amazing today against Herbert Burns, but I mean, Herbert Burns is always kind of quitting, so I don't know if it's anything new, but yeah, that was kind of interesting to see that. But I thought he put on a clinic. I mean, coming off the Chepe fight, I mean, you know, injury, stuff like that. It was kind of a fluke, but hey, it is what it is. You know, to come back, do that, get back on the win column, good for Jack Jenkins. I like Jack Jenkins, you know, so good to see him get back in the win column. But yeah, that is it for UFC 305's recap by your boy eBay Fight Predictions. Is this a full comeback? No. I do want to specify that, y'all. This pack watch, I might do one more film study. Yeah, I might do one more film study for Brendan Allen versus Nasruddin Amaev. That might happen because it's a personal favorite fight of mine. And I would like to maybe hopefully end my film study journey with a correct prediction. So maybe I might do one more, but that's probably it. The pack watch, these are probably the last individual videos you'll see from me. I'm moving more in a direction of going just live, doing more fight talks, trying to be more podcasty. So it just saves more time. And I do want to be consistent on the channel. I don't want to take long breaks. I love talking to you guys. I love interacting with you guys. But yeah, that's kind of the direction I want to go with the channel. But yeah, I'm kind of back. So your boy's back. Yeah, I mean, follow me on my Twitter and my Instagram. I'm going to try to be more active on my Instagram. I kind of stopped. But yeah, I would try to be more active on the TikTok and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see what's up. We'll see how this return ends up. I could just go back to not posting no videos pretty soon. I don't know what my workload's gonna be like, but hey, your boy's back. But UFC 305, it just brought something out of me that I just needed to speak to the people. I need to say something to you. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, yeah, no live streams. All right, I've gotten a few questions about that. Actually, I want to state this. No live streams, y'all. No live streams. I'm not streaming. I enjoy, y'all, watching the fights by myself. I'm sorry. I know the reaction clips that I put out might be good, but last time I did a live stream, it was one fucking viewer in there for 3 hours. I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm sorry. I got a little too much stuff. I'm going to watch the fights by myself, okay? I'm sorry. But, hey, it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this recap. I know it's been a minute. It's going to be a long video. But, yeah, love y'all. Goodbye to your boy eBay. Fight prediction in the building. I'm out of here. And Israel Adesanya, you're packed up, buddy. Get ready. You're going to be the first motherfucker to get this shit 3 times. And y'all know what they say. 3rd time's the charm, baby. Hope you don't come back, motherfucker. And you won't come back. Chinaman, you're done. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love y'all. Goodbye. Adesanya pack, man. Ooh. Boy, this is gonna hit. You already know, baby.